Hey guys, just wanted to really quickly tune in for you all this Friday and share a very quick message with you all. I hope that you're all keeping very safe. I hope that you are all staying home all the time. And I hope that you're all making the best use of your time at home as possible. Just studying, talking to your friends, talking to your family, doing whatever it is that you need to do while you're at home. But most importantly, and I think this is really interesting right now based on the sort of time that we're living in at this moment, I really hope that each and every single one of you is trying to, or at least taking the time to create a routine to spend some time with God. You know, just spend time reading His Word, praying to Him, because if we're looking at the positive side of all this, suddenly we all have this free time and we can spend that studying His Word. We can spend it praying to Him and talking to Him. And I think that that's really awesome. So I hope that you're all making great use of that time. Now, the topic that I want to talk about for this Friday is wisdom. Now, I know most of us will hear that word and will start thinking about fortune cookies, old folk proverbs, or the
pantheon of Greek philosophy.
Nope! Wisdom isn't some mysterious thing that is unattainable or is some deeply complicated matter. The Bible makes it clear to us so many times that wisdom is something that is so much more valuable than anything else in this world. We only need to know where it is to look for it, and then just to do it, to take action and to look for it there. Proverbs 3 verse 13 in the New International Version says, "Blessed are those who find wisdom, those who gain understanding." So, where can we find wisdom for ourselves? Obviously, it can be tempting to just look around us, at our surroundings. After all, social media is constantly blasting us with thousands upon thousands of pages and paragraphs and sentences of information, with each new account popping up saying that they're wiser than the last. It can be difficult to discern which is actually something to listen to and which isn't. The news also gives us their own version of wisdom from themselves. And often, with all this seemingly abundant source of information out there for us to grab a hold of, it can feel quite overwhelming. More often than not, these outlets actually just make it seem much bleaker around us than it might be. Or it simply just becomes way too much for us to handle. Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes wisdom, and I mean the good kind, the kind that actually helps, the one that enriches our life and makes us into better people, can come from outside sources. The Bible tells us in Job 12 verse 12 in the New Living Translation, "Wisdom belongs to the aged, and understanding to the old." So it's important to listen to the advice of people older than us and more experienced than us, like our parents or grandparents, when they want to impart something into our lives. But true wisdom, unshakable truth, comes from only one place. Now, I just want to take a brief moment here to read Job 28 together, and don't worry, this will all make sense very soon. But do people know where to find wisdom? Where can they find understanding? No one knows where to find it, for it is not found among the living. "It is not here," says the ocean, "nor is it here," says the sea. "It cannot be bought with gold, it cannot be purchased with silver." But do people know where to find wisdom? Where can they find understanding? It is hidden from the eyes of all humanity. Even the sharp-eyed birds in the sky cannot discover it. God alone understands the way to wisdom. He knows where it can be found, for He looks throughout the whole earth and sees everything under the heavens. And there it is, plain and simple, put bluntly to us. God knows it all, and He sees everything. So the only place we can find pure wisdom and pure truth is with God. And we don't have to make some complicated plea to him or cry out in anguish to him. He's more than ready and more than willing to share with us. James 1 verse 5, the New Living Translation says, "If you need wisdom, ask our generous God, and he will give it to you. He," and this is my favorite part, "he will not rebuke you for asking." Now, with everything that is happening in your life right now, I think it's important that you stop being afraid to admit that you don't know it all. I certainly don't know it all. Nobody out there knows it all. No one on this earth, of this earth, knows it all. It's impossible. And the moment that we admit that, the moment that we humble ourselves and admit how little we know, that's where God can step in. And because we don't know, it doesn't mean that we can't gain an insight into the unseen. God is always waiting. He is ready to share with each and every single one of us and show us which direction we should be facing. And he wants to walk with us every single step of the way. He wants to be there right next to us, holding our hands, guiding us and showing us everything he has planned for us. I honestly can't help but get excited at that prospect. The fact that while you and I can gain true wisdom through him, there will still be so much that we will never really understand that is part of his plan. And all we can do is just trust that it is for our own good. So, for this coming week, guys, I really just want to challenge each and every single one of us out there to just get more and more into the Word, to focus ourselves more into him now than we've ever done before, and just really look at where it is that we're looking towards. Are you looking towards the here and now? Are you looking towards the past? Or are you looking towards the future that God has set out for you, for each and every single one of you? There isn't a single one of you out there that doesn't have a purpose created by God specifically for you. So, all I can ask is that each and every single one of you takes that step of faith and just lets him in. Be blessed, guys.